Hello, everyone. Gilbert here. Welcome to Red Dragon Model Works. I hope my brother Jerry Frey doesn't mind that I snagged his cover for his review of this product here. Um, I don't I don't have one, so Jerry, I'm sorry, man. I kind of lifted yours. Anyway, I received this stuff in the mail. It's by a company called Funcrecol, and they make resins, but they sent me some light curing putty. And then well, they're both putties. I haven't opened them. As you can see, they're still closed. So we're going to try them out together and see how they work. Now, I've done countless 3D prints. I don't print them. I buy them and I paint them. And what I normally use to fill the gaps and holes is just a simple resin. And then you get a UV light. You hit it with a UV light here, strong UV light, cure it, sand it. It's all good. So we're going to try this stuff. So I've got a couple of heads here. And, usually when you get somebody knows what they're doing when they're printing them, they'll put a little hole there. And then here, that helps with the drainage. But you got to fill that. So how do you fill it? Well, let's find out. Again, usually I use just simple resin. I'll put a dollop on there. I'll cure it, sand it. Boom, it's good to go. But let's try and see how this stuff works. So let's try with this stuff right here. It says this comes in a tube. It's again, thank you, Anna, for sending me this. It's a UV putty, light curing putty, simply use, rapid curing, contactless repair, toothpaste-like consistency. And then it gives you all the warnings and a few other things. But it's a light curing pure. You wear gloves, apply putty, remove excess putty, UV light curing, sand it smooth. So let me get something so I'll be able to sand. So I get my little chingaderas right here and a couple of sanding sticks. I prefer these right here. These are by Ultimate Modeling. These are beautiful, man, for buffing. Great sanding. And then you get these also from Ultimate Modeling products. These are really good. Lee Lahore, he sent me these a while back, and I've been using them. And they're really good. So let's try this. Let's start with now, if you guys, there's many ways to fill all this stuff. Some people use simple putty. I used to put a piece of, depending on how large the hole is, like if it's really big, I'll put a piece of styrene stock in there, glue it, sand it, and then it's good to go. But for smaller stuff like this here, like this, or like right there, where you have that seam, you might want to try something a little different. So yeah, let's again, this is something I got kicking around and so let's try again. I'm opening this up just to see how it is. Make sure everything's out of there. Put this off to the side. Make sure I got everything out. So we're going to try this one first. Let me get a glove. So I'll put a glove on here. Now, anything that'll make my life a little easier, because I do a lot of 3D prints, paint a lot of figures, and even like with garage kit resin and stuff like that, you're still going to have to go in and do some cleanup. Nothing comes perfect. So let's take a look at this. This is the UV putty. Comes in a little tube here. Let's see. Okay, there it is. So we're going to take a little bit of this. Just a little. Oh, that's too much. But we'll reuse this. Let's put this like in there. Put that off to the side. I'll wipe that down. Close the tip. Back this off a little bit. And then I got a little tool here. So if there's any excess, now there's a little bit more here. So let me slap that in here. Like so. Just like that. Clean that off. Let me come up here. I want to get any excess that's up there. I want to get it off. Then I'll take my UV light here. Give it a few seconds. To make sure it hardens in there. Then we'll come down to this one. Do the same thing. I can see the little puff of smoke coming up. This little flashlight here is great. It's called a Next Torch. Let's see if I can see that. It's called a Next Torch. This thing here is amazing. Amazon, guys. So, all right. So we'll take something a little sandy. Let me start working that a little bit. I'm going to have to put a little bit more. I didn't put enough in there. Again, this is the first time I'm using this, guys, so bear with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit here, right on my desk here. And there's a reason why I'm doing this, and I'll show you that in a second. Put a little bit on the desk there. Put a little bit more on here, just like that. A little bit more here. Now, the only thing that I would suggest is, Anna, if you're watching, a tip, some kind of tips for them. It would make it a lot easier. You don't get a lot of waste. So here I'm just going to work it in there, just like so. Because here's a lot of times when you put the UV resin in here, it shrinks sometimes when you cure it. So you want to make sure you get just enough in there. And I just put a little dollop in there, just like that. See that? Put that back down here. Again, I'm coming back to you in a minute. Let me get this off the camera here so I don't hit that. So we're going to cure that. Just like so. Yeah, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds maybe. Maybe longer. It's up to you, depending on how much you put in there. So we're going to cure this right here, just like so. Just like that. Now, I had a suggestion. Now, you see that dollop I got right there? We're right there. That little dollop there, it's pretty thick. And Thomas Cochran asked me, he says, hey, why don't you put a little dollop on there, hit it with the UV light, see how far if it'll cure all the way through. So let's try that. Bam. And then I'll break it apart just to see if it went all the way through, if it cured all the way through. I'll take a little razor blade here, just like so. And let's crack that, see if I can cut through it. Nope. Guys, that is cured all the way through. See that? It's cured all the way through. So let's go back to her now. Now we're going to move this off to the side because I don't need it anymore. Go ahead and sand that. I'm telling you, this stuff is good. Easy to sand. Excuse me, my dog is trying to get on my lap here. And I'll take a little buffer. And I'll buff that down. And because it's clear, I can see that it's dry. I mean, it's hard. It dried really hard. Not brittle. So I need a different, excuse me, I'm trying to find my files here so I can redo the hair. And I had them right in front of me, and I don't know what I do with them. Ain't that a kick in the teeth? I'll worry about that later. Oh, here they are. Let me grab a file. And I'm going to grab a round. Let me get in there and resculpt that. Right there, there's a crease there. And right here. Again, this is the first time I'm working with this, so bear with me. I need something with an angle, like so. And let me get that hairline again, right here. Just like that. Come in here. A light sanding. I'm not putting a lot of pressure down. Where's I got a little brush here that I usually use. And I'll brush that off. Like so. Come over here. All I'm trying to do is smooth it out. You know, any rough spots that are there where I laid it down. I'll buff it. Just cleaning her up. I don't want anything there showing to where that hole was, the drainage hole. And there it is. Now, you can work that a little bit more to your heart's content. Like here, there's a little bit there. And what I like to do, just to check, I'll take a marker, a Sharpie, and right over what I just did, I'll do this. I'm going to show you. You can't tell. You cannot tell that there was a hole there. See that? The hole. Well, I got another one right here. See? The hole was right here. You see it there? Was right there. And I resculpted the top, this piece here, coming across, using this stuff right here. The Funcrecol. Fill the hole. And that's perfect. It's beautiful. Let's go here. Now you won't see this because this is, well, you probably would. See, and it's right there and right there. So, so you'd fill all these up. Again, it's a round rat tail. Take the angular one and just reestablish that hairline. Just like so. Smooth it down. I got some on this side too. Let me take that off because I'm not going to use that. There it is. Now, like I said, you'll go in, clean it up, sand up where you scratched. Right here. Excuse me, my dog. Go. Sorry about that. He was trying to go upstairs. My grandson accidentally locked him in the basement here. So far, my initial impressions of this type, I like it. It's good stuff. There it is. The hole, again, exactly the same. Hole was there. It's filled up. Same thing with the head. Hole was here. Would have been right there. Right where I'm pointing. Right in this area there. You could see that it filled it up really good. Yeah, I'm getting a little. There you go. So, all right. Let's try Let's move over to, let me get some of this stuff out of my way here. I'm going to need this, so let me put these off to the side. Now we have this stuff. This is, again, I'm just opening it up first time. Oh, it comes with a little spatula. Look at that. You get a little spatula with it. It's a little tin. So let's open this up. This looks like it's a little, here, let me see what the consistency. Yeah, the consistency of this one, this is like they say, it's like a toothpaste. It comes out like, like a toothpaste. This one is more like a traditional putty. So I want to try and see what it will do in a crease like this here. Let's see if we can fill right in there. So let's take a little bit of this. I'll put it here. I'll mush it up a little bit. I'm going to force that into that crack there. Actually, it's a nice little spatula, but I prefer my own, so we'll pull a little. So I want to get it inside there. It also will help with the bonding of the figure. Where's my, you have to excuse me, I got a mess here. I'm in the middle of painting stuff, so. Okay, let's smooth that out. Oh, I like this. It's like a traditional putty. We're going to work this all the way around. It's like so. And what I'm doing is I'm forcing it into that crack. I would think that you could use this on a model car also, or a model plane. I wouldn't see why not. Just grab a little bit. Now, I'm not using a lot, you see. And all I'm doing is I'm getting it in there. filling up that seam. Just pull a little bit. Whoop. Get that in here like so. So we're just going to work our way around this. And I chose this for a reason. You know, to fill in a seam like that. I don't have anything that's bigger that needs a bigger repair or seam work. We're going to fill that in like that. Make sure I force it in that crack. Just like so. And just make sure that I get the whole thing before it works like a traditional putty. All right, let me close this off. Put this over here. Take my little sculpting tool. Make sure I smooth it around her abdomen there. When I do that because I don't want to have a lot of sanding. I don't want to do a lot of sanding. So if I get too much on the upper torso, it's going to be a lot of sand work done. So we'll go ahead and work that in like so. Now, as you see, there's a lot of little divots there from the supports that I didn't clean up yet. All right, let's hit it. Hit it with the UV. You don't need doesn't need to be a lot. A few seconds. Especially if you got a good UV light. And this is a really good UV light. You can find this stuff on Amazon. They also sell traditional resin also. So that should be more than enough. What did I do with my little... We'll clean her up. It's not going to be perfect. I'm not going to bore you with all that. But I want to get it so where you can see. Take my rat tail again. Just alongside the bottom a little bit. And we'll clean that up. There it is. Look at that. Now, of course, I still, I'll have to sand and smooth all that down, but it's excuse me, it's not a hard thing to do. What did I do with my, God, I got stuff everywhere here, guys. You have to forgive me. I'm trying to find, I had a small sheet of sandpaper out, and I don't know what I did with it, but I'll find it later. But yeah, this is I'm really digging this. Let me grab another. Let me get like a sanding sponge type of thing, like this guy right here. I'll take this. Just come in here and let's do a little cleanup there. What I need is my my micro files. I don't know where I put them. I had them out earlier, and I moved them because I got a mess on my desk here. I'm not worried about it right now. So we'll just use my rat tail right here. Just to clean it up a little bit. This right there. I'm not putting a lot of pressure. And I don't want to lose any of this right around her waistline there. So yeah, I'm kind of digging this stuff. Now we're going to try what I did. Just going to take a little bit of this. Take a little dollop. Just like that. We're going to roll that in a ball. Just like so. We'll drop that right there. You can do cleanup with isopropyl alcohol, guys. Hit it with the UV light. Oh, these batteries are starting to die. Give it a couple of seconds there. I want to see how quick, and if it'll harden all the way through. So there it is. See if I can cut it. Nope. Nope. Hard as a rock. So, again, it's called, I got too many, the lights are too bright. It's called Funcrecol Light Curing Putty. You have it in a paste, like so, or you have it in a tube, like this one right here. I like this one. This is good too. This had, for bigger holes, like these bigger ones down here, they'd be perfect. This would be perfect for it. And that's it right there. So I want to thank, let me get, these lights are something else, man. I'm telling you. I want to thank the people over at Funcrecol for sending me this to try. I like it. You guys can try, if you're doing 3D printing and you don't have like a bottle of UV resin, this stuff will work, guys. This stuff is great. Good stuff. Good, really good stuff. You can find it on Amazon. You just type in Funcrecol and it'll pop up. Light Curing Putty, and it'll pop up. Again, I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you, Anna, for sending me this. And I hope this was informative, man. You guys have a good one. Peace.